That's how I'm gonna end this one. I ain't think y'all can get out of this one, but you did. The next
Mm,
one, it's gonna be a fight, so I can't wait to hear what you got to say about it.
me too. Let's get to it then,
And
Tomo.
just like that, I was saying, just like that, we're gonna roll right into it. We're not even about to play no games because going from first round to the semi, this will be the semi conference, right? This is the semi conference.
Yeah, semis. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to have a type of state of mind. Everybody in New York, they went to Philly. I don't think they're gonna go to Indiana with that same energy. I don't think y'all gonna let them have that. But we gonna see. We got to predict it. Best of 7. Who you got winning? And Joe, do we want to go first and save the best for last? Because my man
No,
came out with the missiles. He came out with some missiles.
no. Let's let him go first. Let him go
Oh, I
first.
gotta go this way. The camera. Take it away.
All right, so I mean, I watched their series and they played pretty well, right? And we went back and forth. I think we split for the season. I think it was a split. They may have got us. I don't know. I can't remember what the series record was. But I mean, this is the playoffs. So the biggest thing with them that I see is that I mean, they had what 3 players play 40 minutes or something like that. I think it was something like that. We had one player that got to 35 minutes, and that was it really wasn't. It was only because they just didn't want to take him out the game, and he didn't want to come out the game. They tried to take him out like 3 times, but he didn't want to come out. All right, we have a balanced team. So what's going to happen when we run them down the court? And that's what's going to. I mean, we're not the 76ers. No disrespect, but we're not the 76ers. We're a lot healthier. So what are they going to do when it comes down to that? What's going to happen when what we did to Lopez what happens with Miles Turner in this series also? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to bring him out the middle. So who's going to protect that? No one. They have no one to protect that. I don't care what they say about because dude they got from Toronto. I don't even care what his name is, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
You don't respect your OG?
I don't care about him. It doesn't matter, and I'm just being real. Like I know it's my team, but I'm just looking at it as an analyst. How are they going to play against a team that it's the same issue that UConn women kind of ran into against Iowa? Is the fact that they only had a 6-man rotation in a nutshell, and they got tired. They almost won the game and stuff like that, but they're not going to do it. And what's going to happen to New York is the same thing that UConn men did to Illinois in the tournament. They're going to run them around. They're going to keep running around offense because Indiana runs a Princeton-style offense. They run a Princeton-style offense, moving around, running them through, and doing all those things. They do it all the time. So if they're going to do that to them, how are they going to keep up? They're not going to be able to play 45 minutes. They're not going to be able to do that crap with us. So I'm saying 6. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll win in 6. Excuse me a second. That we'll win in 6. I really, in my mind, I say 5, but I think in 6 we're gonna beat them because they're eventually we're just gonna run them out the gym. They won't be able to sustain that. They won't be able to come in here and put up 100. They're going to be just like you said Milwaukee had to do. They got to put up 125, 130 points to beat us. They're not going to do that.
And I agree with you on the lady UConn because Aaliyah Edwards, she had said it. I think she was doing like her preseason interview with the Mystics. They asked her what's one thing you like about being with the Mystics or just the difference between the WNBA and college. She's like, the one thing I am gonna like is that we got a rotation because when I was playing at UConn, I was just so tired because of the 6 rotation. She was like, come on, because you got to play this entire game or you got to at least get one sub, come right back in the game. At least now I know for a fact that I got some relief. So that is a good point. I am with you on the 6 games as well, but I'm just picking the Knicks. I like everything that you just said. It actually gave me it made me look at that 76ers series in another lens just now because, of course, they needed a lot from Brunson to make it out of that series. I even said it in this first segment with J-Mo, like if Embiid was healthy, could Brunson just be the only thing that they had? I don't know. You need a little bit more than that. I think I'm also riding with the Knicks because of the fandom. Not me being a fan, but just the wave of what's going on in New York. You got Melo and them all there, and the Pacers are coming in as an underdog. I don't know. Would I be upset if y'all win this in 5 or 6? Nah, I would actually like to see what happens when you go to the next round. Just kind of like what I want to see what happens with Orlando. I want to see what happens when Orlando gets past Cleveland if they can. Like these young teams, we need this young energy here. So again, I see a rivalry brewing. I mean, the last time, what was it? The series, y'all played them in 93, 94, 95, 98, 99. So it's there. I'm waiting for Reggie Miller to pop up on TNT and start talking trash. Like Spike is back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'm just going with the Knicks in 6, man. It's gonna be entertaining either way. It's kind of like how I feel about the Western Conference and all of their games. Either whatever game you turn on, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man. Tyrese Halliburton is a former King. I'm rooting for him. Orlando Magic, Javon is my brother. Rooting for him. Knicks in 5. Let me say it again. Knicks in 5. But look, Tony, that's what I think is going to happen. Number 1, Siakam is going to struggle. I think Siakam is going to struggle. All right? He's not going to be averaging 35 points the first 3 games against New York Knicks. And when you play in the playoffs, you usually, every team, shrink their rotation. You don't play all these guys. Y'all play the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks, like, they didn't have their 2 best players. They are not a good defensive team. They are perfectly tailor-made for y'all offensively, that series. Now, I give y'all credit because y'all won, but this is a whole different matchup. You look at the guard play when it comes to the Knicks. Y'all got guards. They got guards too, and they rowdy. Them guards are going to bark at you. OG, former teammate of Siakam, great defender. And you don't think he's going to give Siakam some problems? They got rotation. They got depth in the big spot. Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. Hartenstein, that's fine. We'll follow you to the 3-point line. That's cool, Miles Turner. That's cool. We got OG down there. We got OG. Right? So, and they're going to put Josh Hart on Halliburton, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo. So, the Knicks are a very physical team also. The Pacers are not a physical team. They're a finesse team. So, in the playoffs, the physicality is up. The Milwaukee Bucks aren't a physical team also. So, without Giannis. So, with the physicality that comes with the New York Knicks basketball, it's going to bother them also. And lastly, the rebounding. We just talked about what the Knicks did to the Philadelphia 76ers rebounding. You know what they're going to do with y'all? They could probably do with y'all like they did the Cavaliers. The Knicks are a top 5 rebounding team. Y'all are a bottom 5. I think y'all probably the worst rebounding team, either worst, second worst rebounding team in the NBA. So the Knicks are going to get second chance points after second chance points, second chance opportunity. So even though y'all might shoot well, y'all might have a good offense, they're going to get a lot of bites to the apple, more bites to the apple because of the rebounding of their bigs and their guards. But I got this in 5. But not like a blowout fashion, kind of similar to how Philly and Philly series. It was no blowout. It was all close games. Something similar to that. But down the stretch, I got the Knicks closing out. So Knicks in 5. They're gonna finally close one out in New York.
I like how the Apple thing you used there. That was pretty nice. I like that. I gotta give you credit. That was good. That was good. That was good. Here's why they won't do that. Okay. Every time they took Josh Hart off of him in the series because Tyler Halliburton was killing him. He can't keep up with his quickness. All right. That's the one thing in there. I think he averaged double against the Knicks because of him, because of them putting them on him. Because he always gets someone, he always gets someone open. So I think that's one of the big that right there cancels him out. Now can he do to Halliburton on offense what he's attempting? What can he do on offense what Halliburton's going to do on offense? And the answer is no. Josh Hart won't be able to do that. Right?
Bronson?
Huh?
Bronson?
I mean, Brunson is one player. I mean, but we got Nembhard and all the rest, Shepard and the rest of them that's going to be doing the same thing too. So we're going to have the same thing. Now, as far as Siakam being canceled out, it's not going to happen. He's going to play well also. Now, I think those two may cancel each other out as far as what's going to happen. I think Siakam's going to score more than OG will in that series. But I think it's going to what's going to come down to is what is going to come down to is how the bench is going to play. The starting 5 is going to be great, but they have no bench, Joe. They really have no bench. So, and we do. That's what's going to kill them. We love to run the ball. They're not going to be there. Philly doesn't. Philly likes to get out and run when they get out rebounds. We do it on makes. Like if you make a shot, we're pushing the ball down the court. So, and then I also think that that Tom's going to get out coached. I think when it comes down to when it comes down to making decisions, when decisions need to be made, and when he gets frustrated, you saw him even in the series right here. He almost lost the series with the rotation that he had, and some of the things he did. That's why the series is close. They should have beaten Philly in 5, easily in 5, right? And because of the injury to Embiid, they should have beaten him in 5. And the only reason why we're not Halliburton's not Maxey. Okay, Maxey's one of those dudes that looks for calls and things like that. Halliburton, if his shot ain't dropping, he's going to find another way to control the game, and he normally does it with assists. You know, I think he had 17 assists against them or something like that in one game. I think it was. So it's not going to it's going to be one of those games. Now, I don't think there will be blowouts. I think it may be one. It could be one, right? Because of how the series ended for New York. I don't know if they're going to be. I think mentally they'll be ready. I don't know if physically they'll be ready, because that was a grueling series for them.
That's how they are, though.
To have 5, yeah, but you're not going to be able to keep that up. It's the same. So and Tomo, I apologize. Okay, I apologize. Okay, all right.
So the Cowboys.
You know where I'm going. So here's the thing. It's the same way with the Cowboys. There's no way you're going to be able to pass the ball like they tried to pass the ball around and not run the ball at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that balance. They have no balance. The Knicks really have no balance. If Brunson is off, they're going to lose. That's just what it is. He is the catalyst.
The first 2 games, and then
he still was a factor with that, though. He still came and he still scored some, Joe. You know, he didn't score his average of what he did for the series, but he still scored some, and he was still involved in it. And he also played tough defense. So he did something he did the unmaxy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like Maxey, when Maxey started missing, he started going in and trying to get like easy fouls so he can get to the line. So he figured if he gets to the line, his free throws will probably get him back into scoring instead of just going and playing tough. You know, and figuring out what was wrong and how to fix it. He didn't do that. And that was one of the reasons, the factors for them losing last night. I mean, it was bad coaching. You know, I do agree that
Nick Nurse.
They really like the whole third quarter. Like the man ended the second quarter hitting a fading away 3-pointer.
Yeah, wow.
He was on. Like at that point in time, you ride the hot hand, and every coach knows that. Like if he's scoring, as soon as Tobias missed, of course he didn't take any shots, but as soon as he comes in there and he doesn't go into to take shots and stuff like that, you be like, all right, time out. Hey, go to the table, get Tobias out, take him out. All right.
Who is going to guard Brunson?
What do you mean who's going to guard Brunson?
Who's going to guard him? The Sixers got multiple players with length. But who y'all got? Naismith?
I mean, you said who? Naismith?
Who's gonna guard Brunson?
They'll probably do the same thing. They'll probably put Naismith in there. No, probably. That's what they'll do.
The first 2 games against Philly, 8 from 29, 8 from 26, and they still won.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he shot poorly, they still won. You know why? Because they offensive rebound so well. They get a lot of extra possessions. And talking about y'all against them in the regular season doesn't matter because their physicality is on a different level. And when did y'all play them? Did y'all play them before or after the All-Star break? Before, right? Because the physicality.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
No,
y'all play them before?
No, I think we played them after too.
Okay.
I think we played them after.
Playoffs is a different. Yeah. Let me say this. Y'all playoff experience had just started. I'm gonna say that. I'm like. In y'all resume, y'all got a playoff series. I'm talking about the physicality of a playoff basketball game. Mm-hmm. It's going to start against the Knicks. So Halliburton is about to really see what Halliburton is made of. You know, so
that's what Siakam got to step up now.
Yeah, and that's what I think. So the one thing that he's been doing, but see, the one thing he's been doing, which I've noticed, is that in this first series, he really did give way to Siakam. You know what I'm saying? He was missing. He was missing, but he really did give way to Siakam. Like he had all the little hype stuff in there. He had the
you see that he's getting
giving way to him, and in a sense, in a sense, he was allowing Siakam, and I think just right, just right. So he should have done that, right? Let the guy who has the experience go in there and lead, and that's what he did. Now he's going to probably learn how to do it better, right? But I mean, it's just what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a different series than you think, and I mean, and I mean, the Knicks to me is just like, you know, Miami and the Jets in Buffalo, you know, for me in football. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I don't like you
I'm with you on the Buffalo.
I'm not a Knicks. I hate the
You're
Knicks.
a Patriots fan. I feel you.
I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks. You know,
I mean, you seen me run down the history. Yeah,
I still remember Larry Johnson hitting that fadeaway shot, and they call that phantom foul. So that phantom 4-point play. You know, so I still hate that stuff there. I mean, even though Reggie did, you know, get away with the push off with 8 points.
That was an iconic moment to that 4-point play.
So are we going to have that moment in this series? Will we have that moment in this series? You know, where we have someone show up, not from either team, show up to have those moments. I think we'll have more than they will, and I think the one big thing is that coaching is going to matter in this series.
I see you on that one.
Thibodeau, when he gets frustrated, he may and you know. Is it me? Is he the only coach that always look like someone shining a light in his face every time something happens on the coach? No, on the floor. He's like
from the beginning of the game. He's always like
what's wrong with you, bro? Like get some contacts. Jeez. But yeah,
on the sideline.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get out coached because you know with him.
Want to shake your hand?
That's what he looked like.
I think in this series, I think Nick Nurse probably outcoached him. But the Knicks players, because of the health of the 76ers, probably overcame his better coaching, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think Nick Nurse probably outcoached him, but he just didn't have the you know, he ran out of bullets in a nutshell. He didn't really have any, especially when you got one that, you know, decided that the series ended in game 5. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean,
defensively, Thibodeau is a good coach. Defensively,
he is. He is, and he's changed them how to do things, but I don't think it's gonna matter in this series.
He coached on like the toughness. His he don't have any offensive like brilliancy like Rick Carlisle has. He's literally like a Jalen Brunson bus. Like Jalen Brunson jogging up like 30 shots a game.
You can tell how that offense is. The Knicks is like, remember when I was talking to J-Mo, I said Josh Hart was open for like 9 threes in the final 3 minutes. He didn't shoot one. He was just looking to pass the ball back to Brunson. I'm like, you're wide open. At least attempt the shot. Mm-hmm. That's why when he shot the final one, I was like, oh, I guess he can shoot 3. I was second guessing if he could shoot 3s.
Yeah.
And Philly's a good defensive team, Tony. They're a really good one.
They are. And I thought they were going to win the series if there was if
he's going to drop like
if
40.
Embiid would have been 10% more healthy,
he going to need it.
If he would have had 10% more health, the 76ers win the series. It's just that he had times when his leg just gave out.
He couldn't get the rebound. It's a lot of time he could have got a rebound, but he just couldn't because
his legs just gave out on him, and he couldn't do anything.
And defensively, he wasn't the same. But look, Tomo, how much I say that he was going to average in the playoffs? I said 35, 37, right?
Said Brunson, right?
Yeah, I said 35. I said 37, then I said 35, 35.5.
You gonna need to.
And Jay said I was wilding. He averaged 35.
He got to. He got to make up
for Knicks player to get 40 plus back to back.
I mean, he got to make up for the loss of Julius Randle.
So he took 30 shots a game.
He has to. I'm surprised it's not 40. He has to.
Bro, like it's so many stretches. He be clank, clank, clank. Like he be missing. Like he'll miss like 8 in a row. And then get in the fourth quarter, he had 4 in a row. And then look, it seemed like he cooking, but he was breaking the whole game.
And I bet Tom Thibodeau just like this and so much. Just keep shooting.
Hey.
Because
like,
I think he's doing that because he like, is that Derrick Rose out there? I don't know. Just keep shooting. Just do your thing.
Yeah,
but
I don't know, man. 5, Joe. This is going to be a 6-game series. I don't see how it's going to go. And if it goes in 5, that means the Pacers are going to win. But it's just that simple. If it goes 5, it's the Pacers are going to win. They're not going to be able to keep up with that run and gun type offense. And the fact that I mean, just think about it. I mean, Milwaukee doesn't play great defense, right? They don't play much defense at all. But I mean, I think the Pacers shot 54% or something like that for the series or something like that. I mean, for the series, not a game. I think for the series they shot like 54%. So, or 50 something percent. They shot over 50% for the series. So it's not really can they. In order for the Knicks to win, they got to get the Pacers down to at least 46%.
Listen, man, that's all I gotta say. Halliburton, shower curtain, man, I'm hurting. Knicks in 5.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Jody, he gonna show up, man. I'm
Cool
with you on
way.
this. I agree.
You don't know the answer, Sway.
How? Let's get to these last
You
words.
ain't got the answers. All right, let's ride. I mean, we're gonna do our last words, so you can just do it with us, Tony. We're gonna get off right now.